Hello everyone and welcome to today's session. My name is Alba Tojeiro. I am a biologist with a master's degree in oceanography and marine environmental management. I am currently working at SOPMON, an NGO based in Barcelona and founded in 2008, which works in the study, conservation, management and awareness of the marine environment. We promote a sustainable change in the relationship between society and the ocean. During this lesson, we will be introducing the ocean literacy concept. We will explain some important facts to understand better our relation with the ocean and, to the end, we will explain the ocean literacy principles and its adaptation to the Mediterranean Sea. So, let's start. If someone asks you, "Are you ocean literate?" you might say it. Ocean what? Ocean literacy is an understanding of the ocean's influence on you and your influence on the ocean. Most of the European citizens are not aware of the full extent of the medical, economical, social, political, and environmental importance of the sea to Europe and, indeed, to the rest of the world. Many of us, we are not aware of how our day-to-day actions can have a cumulative effect on the health of the ocean and seas, which are a necessary resource that must be protected for all life on the planet Earth to exist. In other words, European citizens lack a sense of ocean literacy. An ocean literate person understands the importance of the ocean to humankind, can communicate about the ocean in a meaningful way, and is able to make informed and responsible decisions regarding the ocean and its resources. Where does this concept come from? Ocean literacy was born in the USA at the beginning of the 21st century, when a group of marine educators and scientists realized that marine science was barely mentioned in a school content. Considering the importance that the sea and the oceans have on our planet and on all the life that it houses, they believe it's necessary that this had to be reflected in the educational curricula in order to make future generations aware. After the constitution of various committees and different meetings, the Ocean Literacy, the Essential Principles and Fundamental Concepts on Ocean Science was born. In 2011, one of the first ocean literacy projects was launched in Europe. It was called Conocer o Océano, and with the aim of stimulating citizens' involvement with the ocean literacy initiative was adapted to Portugal. The European Horizon 2020 initiative has provided for a number of ocean literacy initiatives in Europe that are supported by the EU Maritime Affairs Directorate and are in alignment with the Statement on Transatlantic Cooperation on Ocean Research, signed in Galway in May 2013. In 2015, 4 projects part of the EU Blue Growth programs began expanding the ocean literacy concept in Europe: Columbus, Responsible, Sea Change, and Atlantic Research. SOPMON was involved at the Sea Change project, which aimed to establish a fundamental sea change in the way European citizens view their relationship with the sea, by empowering them as ocean literate citizens to take direct and sustainable action towards a healthy ocean, healthy communities, and ultimately a healthy planet. Now, to understand better the ocean literacy concept, we are going into some important facts about the sea. The ocean is vitally important to Europe. The 28 member states have between them the largest maritime territory in the world, approximately 3.9 square kilometers, and all of us depend on the ocean and its resources. Despite the importance of Europe's sea areas, their sustainable development and protection faces threats from natural and human pressures. By better understanding the relationships between us and the sea, we will better able to protect these precious resources. Every second you breathe connects you with the ocean because half of the world's oxygen comes from the sea. It is produced by phytoplankton, microscopic plants drifting with the ocean currents. The ocean has always connected people, goods, and ideas around the world. 90% of all external trade is transported by the sea, and European ship owners control almost 40% of the world fleet. It's also a source of inspiration and fun. Many people make a living from the ocean. The benefits that can be derived from spending time around the ocean are intangible. Marine tourism is the second most valuable world marine industry after shipping and transport. Until recently, it was thought that the ocean was so vast that humans could not possibly influence it. Now we know better. Together, we all impact the ocean by what we put into it and what we take out of it. It is known that more than 8 million tons of plastic waste enters the ocean every year, which is the equivalent of one truckload every minute. The 80% of marine plastic waste comes from land-based sources. There are more ways the sea affects our well-being. The ocean is an important source of fresh water, food, and medicine. Seafood is a major food staple and protein source. Biomedical products derived from marine plants and animals provide important medical products and health benefits. The ocean, it even regulates our climate by transferring heat across the globe. The ocean plays a key role in climate regulation, especially in buffering the effects of increasing levels of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere and rising global temperatures. Now we'll learn more about the ocean facts. Let's get deeper into the ocean literacy concept. The concept of ocean literacy is based on 7 principles, covering 45 fundamental concepts, representing the main ideas that high school graduates should know and understand about the ocean and its importance in the Earth system, and are aligned with the USA National Standards for Science Education. In 2015, during the third European Marine Science Educator Association conference, some participants from the Mediterranean region gathered and the first regional group was set up, the MCMED, with the aim of adapting the original USA principles to the Mediterranean Sea specifically. So, here the Mediterranean Sea literacy principles were born. Now we will get deeper into each ocean literacy and Mediterranean Sea literacy principles. The Earth has one big ocean with many features. The ocean covers approximately 70% of the planet's surface and most of Earth's water is in the ocean. There is one ocean with many ocean basins, such as the North Pacific, South Pacific, North Atlantic, South Atlantic, Indian, Southern, and Arctic. The ocean basins are composed of the seafloor and all of its geological features vary in size, shape, and features due to the movement of Earth's crust. Earth's highest peaks, deepest valleys, and fastest vast plains are all in the ocean. Throughout the ocean, there is one interconnected circulation system powered by wind, tides, the force of Earth's rotation, the sun, and water density difference. Changes in ocean circulation have a large impact on the climate and cause changes in ecosystems. The ocean is an integral part of the water cycle and it's connected to all of the Earth's water reservoirs via evaporation and precipitation process. The Mediterranean Sea Literacy Principle adaptation is the Mediterranean Sea, almost enclosed by land of three continents, Europe, Africa, and Asia, with many unique features, is connected to the one big ocean of the Earth. The ocean and life in the ocean shapes the features of Earth. Sea level change over time have expanded and contracted continental shelves, created and destroyed inland areas, and shaped the surface of land. Also, many earth materials and geochemical cycles originate in the ocean, and many of the sedimentary rocks now exposed on land were formed in the ocean. Ocean life laid down the vast volume of siliceous and carbonated rocks. The erosion occurs in coastal areas as wind, waves, and currents in rivers and the ocean move sediments. Furthermore, tectonic activity, sea level changes, and force of waves influence the physical structure and landforms of the coast. The Mediterranean Sea Literacy Principle adaptation is the Mediterranean Sea and its living organisms shapes the features of the Mediterranean basin and its adjacent land masses. The ocean is a major influence on weather and climate. The ocean interaction of oceanic and atmospheric process controls weather and climate by dominating the Earth's energy, water, and carbon systems. The ocean moderates global weather and climate by absorbing most of the solar radiation reaching Earth. Heat exchange between the ocean and atmosphere drives the water cycle and oceanic and atmospheric circulation. Changes in the ocean-atmosphere system can result in changes to the climate that in turn cause further changes to the ocean and atmosphere. These interactions have dramatic physical, chemical, biological, economical, and social consequences. The Mediterranean Sea Literacy Principle adaptation is the Mediterranean Sea has a major influence on climate and weather of the Mediterranean region. The ocean made the Earth habitable. Most of the oxygen in the atmosphere originally came from the activities of photosynthetic organisms in the ocean. This accumulation of oxygen in Earth's atmosphere was necessary for life to develop and be sustained on land. The first life is thought to have started in the ocean. The earliest evidence of life is found in the ocean. The ocean provided and continues to provide water, oxygen, and nutrients, and moderates the climate needed for life to exist on Earth. The Mediterranean Sea Literacy Principle adaptation is the Mediterranean Sea made the Mediterranean region habitable through its richness of life and its influence on the mainland, which then became a cradle of world civilization. The ocean supports a great diversity of life and ecosystems. Ocean life ranges in size from the smallest living things, microbes, to the largest animal that has lived on Earth, blue whales. The ocean provides a vast living space with diverse and unique ecosystems from the surface through the water column and down to and below the seafloor. Most of the organisms and biomass in the ocean are microbes, which are the basis of all the ocean food webs. Microbes are the most important primary producers in the ocean. They have extremely fast growth rates and life cycles and produce a huge amount of the carbon and oxygen on Earth. The Mediterranean Sea Literacy Principle adaptation is: the Mediterranean Sea is a marine biodiversity hotspot with a high level of endemicity. The ocean and humans are inextricably interconnected. On one hand, the ocean affects every human life. As we explained before, it supplies fresh water. Most of the rain comes from the ocean, and nearly all Earth's oxygen. The ocean moderates the Earth's climate, influences our weather, and affects human health. Also, it is a source of food, medicine, and mineral and energy resources. It supports jobs and national economies, serves as a highway for transportation of goods and people, and plays a role in national security. On the other hand, humans affect the ocean in a variety of ways. Human development and activity leads to pollution, point source, non-point source, and noise pollution. Change to ocean chemistry, ocean acidification, and physical modifications, changed beaches, shores, and rivers. Furthermore, changes in ocean temperature and pH due to human activities can affect the survival of some organisms and impact biological diversity, such as coral bleaching due to increased temperature and inhibition of shell formation due to ocean acidification. Everyone is responsible for caring for the ocean. The ocean sustains life on Earth and humans must live in ways that sustain the ocean. Individual and collective actions are needed to effectively manage ocean resources for all. The Mediterranean Sea Literacy Principle adaptation is: culture, history, economy, lifestyle, and well-being of its inhabitants are inextricably connected to the Mediterranean Sea. The ocean is largely unexplored. Understanding the ocean is more than a matter of curiosity. Exploration, experimentation, and discovery are required to better understand ocean systems and processes. Less than the 5% of all the ocean has been explored. Ocean exploration is truly interdisciplinary. It requires close collaboration among biologists, chemists, climatologists, computer programs, engineers, geologists, meteorologists, physicists, animators, and illustrators. And these interactions foster new ideas and new perspectives for inquiries. The Mediterranean Sea Principle adaptation is: a considerable part of the Mediterranean Sea is yet to be investigated. In this slide, you can find all the principles together, both ocean literacy principles and the Mediterranean Sea literacy principles. By understanding the ocean's influence on you and your influence on the ocean, it is possible to make choices that are more ocean friendly and therefore better for our future. This is what ocean literacy is all about. Remember, our ocean, our health. Thank you very much.